Hey everyone, it's Desy, Cheng, and behind me are 16 of my favorite EDC everyday carry backpacks that I usually take on a normal day-to-day basis, whether it's with my kids or anything like that. Now, I know that there are a million different bags on the market and there's no right or wrong answer, but these are just the 16 that I have come across, and I have done reviews on almost every single one of them, which I will link in the description below, so make sure you check those out. But this is just kind of a quick little overview of those 16. But let's get started. All right, first let's start off with the backpack that I've been currently using the most, and this is the Rework Gear Toshi backpack, 20 liters in size. So it's got dual water bottle pockets, which is really nice. It does have this kind of large front kind of stash pocket for your different accessories with 2 stash pockets, and also a zippered pocket for your valuables. And then they also have this kind of pass-through quick access pocket, which you can kind of access from this side or this side, and then it does go all the way through. You know, if you have wet wipes, granola bars, things like that, the great thing is when you swing it on your shoulder, you can either access from your left or from your right. Doesn't really matter, which is great. Moving behind that, there is a top little compartment for maybe your sunglasses or different smaller devices. And then behind that, you kind of open it up, the backpack all the way, and it does open up clamshell style kind of, and it goes all the way here. You do have a zipper pocket at the top, and you just have kind of one big open space, but there is a sleeve at the back right here for you to throw documents, books, stuff like that. Now, moving along behind that, there is a laptop compartment, which is great, opens up nice and wide, and there is a sleeve divider right there, so you can have your tablet on one side and then your laptop on the other. Looking at the top, you have a very, very nice, beefy, wide grab handle, and very, very comfy shoulder straps. You got a horizontal strip right here, sternum strap, and then you do have just like decent, you know, padding throughout, and then also a luggage pass-through strap. One thing to note that the only thing I really didn't like about it was I found that the sternum strap, you know, when it's kind of on your chest, it's the strap is not long enough, and same thing with the actual strap as well. I'm pretty much have it like pretty much at the max length when I'm wearing my jacket, so I would have preferred they had a longer strap. But that's essentially it. My only kind of negative I don't like about it, but otherwise this is a fantastic EDC backpack. Next up, we have the AER City Pack Pro. This is 24 liters in size, but I did do a direct comparison versus the Rework, and even though this is 24 liters and that one's 20 liters, they're actually very, very similarly sized. So starting at the front, you do have one large kind of stash pocket. Again, great for wet wipes, granola bars, snacks, things like that. You do have a top pocket, just like the Rework Gear, for you to throw, you know, small cameras, stuff like that, power bank. There's a zippered pocket for your cash, valuables, and things like that. On the top, there is a sunglasses pocket. However, it is very, very shallow, probably like, you know, half the size of the Rework Gears. And then when you are looking on either side, there is a nice water bottle pocket on either side, and then there's also dual grab handles. Let's open up the main compartment. This one also opens up clamshell style. You do have 2 zippered pockets, which is a bonus as opposed to the Rework Gears 1. And right here, you do have a sleeve at the very back, and that's essentially it. So this is gonna be great for travel. Just great to see all of your contents on the inside. And then when we are looking at the top, you do have a decent grab handle. I like the Rework one better because it opens up a little bit wider. In terms of the straps, again, very, very thick padding. You have got a D-ring, standard magnetic sternum strap. And then when you are looking at the back, you do have some nice cushy soft material for ventilation and padding, and also a luggage pass-through strap right here. Next up, we have the AMheh Tactical backpack. This is 32 liters in size, so quite a bit larger than the other ones. However, this one has a bazillion different pockets, which is fantastic. You got Molly styling, so you can attach external pockets and pouches and things like that. You got one zippered stash pocket at the front. Behind that, you do have the admin section. You have a little mesh stash pocket right here, and a lot of just different stash pockets for organization right there. Up top, you do have a zippered pocket, and then there's 2 mesh pockets in there for organization. And then when you do open up the bag kind of opens up similar to the Rework gear, but there's tons of organization in here. So there's a zippered pocket at the top, which reveals, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 sleeves for like a flashlight, pens, stuff like that. And then there's also a large zippered stash pocket right here. And then when you are looking at the internal part of the bag, you do have this kind of Velcro material right here. And then you have some side pockets. You do have 2 zippered pockets right here for more organization. And also you do have a sleeve at the very back. So if you had documents or things like that, you can put it in there. Then when you are looking on either side, you have these kind of hidden water bottle pockets. And within each one, there is a zippered pocket as well as more, you know, organization and stuff like that. And then pretty much the other side is identical. And when we are looking at the top, you do have a nice little grab handle. This one's actually very comfy. And now when you are looking at these straps, very, very soft, comfortable, malleable, which is very, very nice. I'd have to say that this is probably the most comfortable backpack that I have because it's just so soft. And there also is a zippered pocket at the very back, and this is where you would put your 15-inch laptop. It's also got a little hanging point right here, so if you had a hydration bladder. What else? That's essentially it. And then looking on the strap, you do have some D-rings, horizontal strip for pouches, a standard sternum strap. But yeah, overall, this is an excellent tactical backpack with a bazillion different pockets and organizational stash pockets. Next up, we have the AER Go Pack 2. This is 20 liters in size. I really like this because it's so soft and malleable. You can essentially roll it up, throw it into a suitcase. It's very, very just soft. My wife absolutely loves this backpack just because it's just very, very simple in design. But it's got enough pockets and stuff for you to, you know, take around everywhere. So you have a large front stash pocket, which is padded, which is nice. And then when you are looking, it's got 2 stretchy water bottle pockets on the side, which is fantastic. You do have a zippered pocket at the top for your sunglasses and valuables, keys, wallet, stuff like that. And then when you do open up the main compartment, it's just kind of like, you know, one big open bag. You do have 2 front stash pockets for organization and 1 zippered pocket right there. And also a laptop sleeve. However, you know, because this bag is so malleable, it's got a little bit of padding, but not too much padding. And then we are looking at the top, you have a nice top grab handle. The straps are very comfy. My biggest negative point about this bag is it doesn't come with a sternum strap, so I had to buy an aftermarket one on Amazon, but it works, it does the job, and it does have a luggage pass-through strap. Next up, we have the Troubadour Apex 4.0, yeah, you got a water bottle pocket on this one side. You do have a zippered pocket on this one side, so you could also put a water bottle in there, or you could put just stash items in there, which is very nice. You do have a front zipper pocket for your sunglasses and things like that. Also, there is an AirTag holder up there. That's essentially it for the front. Now, when we are looking on the inside, this is kind of where most of the organization is. You do have a zipper pocket on this one side. You just have one big generous volume. It's 22 liters in size, and then you do have 1, 2, 3 kind of stash pockets and 1 zipper pocket and another zipper pocket behind that. And then the top grab handle is nice. It feels comfortable, but I feel like it's too kind of flat, and so it's kind of tight for my hand to kind of fit through. But behind that, you will find the laptop compartment, and it's got 3 divided sections. So you got laptop sleeve, you got your tablet sleeve right here, which is padded, and you have like maybe a document sleeve in this kind of main section right there. And then when you are looking at the straps, straps are fairly comfortable. You do have this one deep pocket for your cell phone or different other accessories. And one thing to note is that it does not come with a sternum strap. So my biggest gripe against that is you can purchase one in addition, and it just comes attaches right onto the rail. And also that does have a luggage pass-through strap right there. Next up, we have the Troubadour Matrix backpack. For some reason, it's not on the website anymore, so maybe they kind of took it off. But I'll be really, really quick with this one. But essentially, you do have a kind of front stash pocket right in the front, and it's cool because it's got this accordion style divider for you to throw all of your stash things or your items. And then you do have a zippered pocket, and then up top we do have another zippered pocket, and this is gonna be great if you had your sunglasses and things like that. Also, it's got a little AirTag thing and also a key leash. The
top grab handle is a little bit better than the Troubadour Apex. I mean, the Apex feels a little bit better, but this one has a little bit more room for my hands to pass through. You do have zippered pockets on either side for you to stash things, or you can expand it to throw your water bottle in there. This one has a more traditional water bottle pocket right there. And then let's go into the main compartment. So main compartment, you know, you got this kind of like one big open space. You do have two kind of large stash pockets and also a zippered stash pocket right there. And then your laptop compartment, which is behind that. Boom. It's nice and big and spacious. You got your laptop area, you have another sleeve for a tablet, and this is your main space for you to throw your documents. And when we are looking at the strap, so very, very similar to the Troubadour Apex, but yeah, there's no sternum strap. You do have to purchase that in addition. And then there also is a luggage pass-through strap right there, and also that little pocket for your cell phone or whatever. Next up, we have the Wandrd Prvke 21 liter. This is actually a camera backpack, but you can only carry a small amount of camera gear and have room for all of your other items. You do have one kind of front and zipper pocket for you to throw whatever you want in there. You have a stretchy expandable water bottle pocket. You got a top clip for accessories, another top clip, and this is your kind of side quick access for you to grab your camera, which is cool. Then looking at the side, there is a small little stash pocket right here with a key leash for you to throw your keys in. And then at the top right there, there is a zippered fleece line pocket if you had like your sunglasses or things like that. Now this is a roll top, so you can actually undo this buckle right here and unroll it, and it's one big huge massive volume, so it's expandable. You can kind of throw clothing or whatever else you want in there. And the great thing is you can still access that. Oh yeah, this is the top grab handle, which is kind of cool, but you do have to take off that top grab handle if you want to access the back part. The back part has your laptop sleeve. It also has a padded tablet sleeve. It's got two zippered pockets for small items. You got one zipper pocket for longer small items. And then when you are looking at this space, this is the camera cube. You can totally take this out and throw clothing in there. The top part is this top part right here, you can access this entire roll top just through this top area, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I really like the look of this backpack. And when you are looking at the straps and everything like that, the straps, you got all these points for mounting. You do also have this little sternum strap. When you are looking at it's got some adequate decent foam padding. You got a vertical channel, a horizontal channel. You do also have a luggage pass-through strap right here, and also you got some points if you wanted to add on a waist belt. You totally could. Next up, we have the Nike RPM backpack. You know, you got some Molly right here. You got two kind of snowboard straps or skateboard straps. Overall, this backpack is made out of cheaper quality materials, but because, you know, it's a nice, you know, street bag, it's got the Nike logo, you know, it's definitely attractive, and it's also more inexpensive compared to some of the other bags I'm going to be telling you about. But essentially, yeah, you got two kind of stretchy water bottle pockets on the side, and there's also a pocket on either side as well, so you can kind of put your essentials in it. And then you have kind of two main zippered pockets. You have this like the main zippered volume area where you do have a zippered mesh pocket right there. You have one big just kind of giant stash pocket and one kind of velcroed stash pocket at the back. And then lastly, you do have a zippered laptop sleeve at the very back, but there's no divider or anything, so it just fits just your laptop. And then at the back right here, there is a zippered pocket, and this is fleece line, so if you had sunglasses and things like that, that's gonna be great for you. The top handle, grab handle, it's very, it's kind of very, it's not the greatest, but it's there. And then we do have your straps. Your straps are probably, again, probably the most basic straps. Nothing really to it. Again, made of cheaper materials, and it is definitely one of the most inexpensive bags, but I will have to say it's probably one of the most popular bags just because, again, you can find this at your sport outlets, your sport stores, your footwear stores, all that kind of stuff like that. So this backpack works great, but it's a little bit cheaper. Next up, we have the Eberlestock Switchblade. This one's a little bit larger. This is probably around close to 30-ish liters. But yeah, they have minimal MOLLE. This is definitely more of a tactical backpack, but you got dual water bottle pockets, which is nice. And then aside from that, you do have a kind of sleeve right here for you to stash things on this one side. And then there's also a sleeve in this front pocket area. And then there's another sleeve on this one side right here. So for you gonna, you know, stash even more things. Yeah, and then when we are looking at the top, this, I really like this, but you do have this kind of large zippered pocket. And it's pretty spacious. You can shove tons of things in here. You have all these pen dividers, these pockets, these other pockets, and this other sleeve at the back. So lots of dividers and things like that for your admin section. And then when you do open up the main zipper of the bag, which I have right here, boom and boom, it does kind of open up all the way down, which is nice. I added this padding by myself so I can add more things in it, but it doesn't come with this. There's just a camera little padding, but it does have this kind of felt material, so if you did have Velcro things, you could totally Velcro it on here. You have even more molly to hang things at the top right there, and then at the back you got tons of organization. You have another kind of Velcro patch right here, so you can attach different things. More molly. You do have this, it's got this double sleeve, so you can put your laptop in one and a tablet in the other, or you can put a weapon or something. And then you do have 1, 2, 3 stretchy kind of pockets for things, one larger stretchy pocket right here, and then on this other side you do have this kind of really long stretchy pocket right there. And you also have a little pass-through hole right now, so if you did have a hydration bladder which you were hanging right here, you could totally pass it through there. And there's even more of this kind of Velcro material, so if you wanted to stick things on, you totally can. And then when we are looking at the back, the top grab handle is, you know, it's nice. It's nothing crazy or anything like that. But you do have load lifters, which is great. The harness, the yoke, you can actually adjust it higher or lower. You do have this kind of 3D kind of mesh type backing right there, so kind of breathable, but when I did wear on a super hot day, it still got fairly hot. You got D-rings here, you got some horizontal strip, you have a standard sternum strap, and the one cool thing is you do have a concealed carry area. So right behind here there is a little magnet, and then you can actually reach your hand all the way down here, and you can do it from either side, so it's kind of like one pass through, and it kind of goes down all the way there, so you can put a weapon if you needed to, or just put, like, I don't know, whatever accessories you want in the back there. Next up we have the Osprey Tropos. I think this is about 32 liters in size, so it is fairly large, but the one cool thing is it does have a kickstand built into this, so you can kind of always stand it up upright, which is fantastic. It also has this really unique airspeed air mesh back panel, so your back actually never touches the back of the bag, and so there is kind of like a little bit of a space in between your back as well as the actual bag itself, which I found really comfy. My back never really got hot. It was fantastic. We'll start off with the straps right here. You do have some load lifters, horizontal strip. You do have a sternum strap which rides on rails. It does include a nice little whistle in the sternum strap, which is kind of cool. And then when you are looking at the front, you do have this kind of front stretchy stash pocket. The only thing I don't like about it is that it is see-through, so if you did have a bunch of junk or things like that, you will be able to see it there. Right above that, you do have a sunglasses pocket, which is a little bit kind of, it's not fleece lined, but it's made of a softer fabric, which is nice. And then behind that, you do have your admin section. So right there, you have a zipper for you to throw your valuables. You got some stash pockets right there. And then in here, you do have just kind of one big kind of open. It goes all the way down to the bottom, so you can definitely throw a jacket or anything else in there. And then when you are looking at this, it's just one big huge voluminous space. And then there's a third section. This is kind of where your laptop goes, and it is separated, so you can put your laptop in one, you can put a tablet in the other, and then you just have a third area for you just kind of throw whatever else that you want in there. Next up, we have the North Face Surge. So this one I think is around like 30-ish liters, 31 liters in size. Yeah, let's start off. So at the very front, you do have this kind of cool little mouth opening fleece line pocket. So if you had snowboard goggles, things like that, small little camera, you can put it in there. So it's got a little tiny little bit of padding, but it's fleece lined, which is very interesting. Then you got that kind of two large kind of stash pockets for accessories. So you, on this one side, you do have a lot of just kind of organization, sleeves, stash pockets, things like that. And then on the other side, there is no organization, but you just have kind of one big open pocket, and this is gonna be great if you had gloves, toque, things like that, snacks, all that kind of stuff. And then on either side, there are water bottle pockets. They're nice and deep. And then there's also this little webbing right here, so you can attach like different accessories, carabiners, things like that. And then behind that, you do have a admin section, and it does open up, so it's kind of like one big kind of stash pocket for you to kind of throw whatever else in there. At the back, it is kind of a little bit padded. And then you do have a zippered pocket for valuables. You have a fleece line pocket right here for your sunglasses, pen pockets, and 2 other kind of mesh pockets right there. And then you get into the main compartment. In the main compartment, it's just kind of one big open space for clothing and anything like that. And then behind that, you do have your laptop compartment. And this is divided into 3 sections, which I do love. Your laptop, your tablet, as well as just kind of space for documents and things like that. Your top grab handle is okay. It's not the greatest, but it's sufficient. Now the straps, I will have to say, are the overall feeling was a little bit more stiff, so not as comfortable as the Osprey Tropos, but it works. You have much more stiffer type padding as opposed to softer padding, and then you do have some kind of like chunky foam padding right here, air ventilation panel here, here, and here, and you do have a removable waist belt right there. So yeah, so this is the North Face Surge. Next up, this is the Nayosmart, I think it's the Hermann H2, yeah, this is kind of what the bag looks like. It's very, very kind of urbanized, meant for office kind of thing like that. But yeah, looking at the very front right here, you do have this kind of roll top thing with a magnetic latch. And then when you do open it up, it's got this kind of one zipper that kind of opens up your main compartment of the bag, which is kind of interesting. You are able to access it from the rear, which I will show you in a bit. But just in terms of organization, you got a couple pen pockets and this kind of one large sleeve. And then when you are looking at the rest of the bag, at the very front, you do have a zippered pocket right here, more meant for sunglasses and things like that. Then you do have a vertical stash pocket for smaller accessories. And then on either side, you do have water bottle pockets. So boom, you put your water bottle in there, and over here you do have another water bottle pocket. Boom. And then when we are looking at the back of the bag, the top grab handle is okay, it's sufficient, nothing crazy. The straps are nice and soft and padded, which is nice. It also does have a small little zipper on this little thing for if you did have small change or something like that, but I find it kind of a little bit useless. You do have a sternum strap, which is nice. And then what else? A luggage pass-through. The back is made out of a neoprene type material, so it's not as breathable, unfortunately. But then at the very top, you do have another zippered pocket. This one kind of goes a little bit further down for other accessories. And then behind that, this is kind of where the admin section is for you to access your laptop and stuff like that. So right here, it's nicely, it's like a fleece lined material. Your laptop can go there, your tablet can go behind that. It's padded. You got 2 large stretchy pockets right there. You do have a zippered pocket right here for different accessories, and then you have another zippered pocket which you can access that main compartment which I showed you before. Next up, we have the Alpaka Bravo pack. I think it's 23 liters or something like that, but it actually feels a lot larger than 23 liters, maybe closer to 25 to 28 liters. But yeah, it's very, very kind of a basic kind of bag. However, it's comfy. You do have this very, very large 3D mesh foam, nicely air ventilated channel in the middle as well as to the side, luggage pass through. You do have some nice, decently padded shoulder straps, but it's made of the neoprene material, so it's not as breathable, unfortunately. You have a magnetic sternum strap. You got some horizontal stripping, so you can attach different pouches and your sunglasses. The top grab handle is nice and large, and then on either side there are dual water bottle pockets, which I really do like because you can either carry 2 waters or an umbrella and things like that. Then in the front, you have your kind of main kind of admin section. You have a nice long little key leash, and then you have 2 kind of large stash pockets, 2 pen pockets, and then this kind of goes all the way down to almost the bottom right here, which is great. And when you do flip it onto the other side, there is a nice little kind of a sunglasses pocket, which is great. And then that's the admin section. So now when we are unzipping the main compartment, there is a laptop sleeve at the back, a nice large kind of stretchy mesh zippered pocket right there, and another one of these kind of sunglasses pockets right there. And then yeah, just kind of one big open space, but yeah, very, very voluminous and very, very spacious. Next up, we have the Vertx Ready Pack 2.0. There is a 3.0, but I actually prefer the 2.0 better because it actually has more organization, more zipper pockets, things like that. So just looking at the front, you do have a this is kind of where your admin stash panel is, at the very bottom, which is great because sometimes you have heavy items and it just kind of stays at the bottom of it. You do have a stash pocket, 2 other stash pocket, and then you also have a zipper pocket right there. And it is pretty roomy, so you can just kind of throw whatever else items that you want in this kind of main stash pocket. Now behind that, right here, you can actually take this and fold this down, and you do have some MOLLE right behind it, and there's also kind of room for you to kind of throw clothing and other accessories. You can kind of zip this up and put it in there, or you can kind of stash this underneath and kind of keep it like this, so you have the MOLLE kind of exposed. You also have that Velcro material, so you can attach different things there if you wanted to. You have dual water bottle pockets on either side, though I did wish it was a little bit higher. And then when you open up the main compartment, looks like this. Oh yeah, the size, I think this is around 20 liters in size. You do have this, again, this hook and loop Velcro material, so you can attach different things. You have an area for you to attach a water bladder. You have a stretchy pocket right there, just kind of one big open space. You have one large zippered pocket right there, and also you do have kind of 3 other horizontal kind of things for flashlights and different EDC items there. And then when you are looking at to the back panel, the top grab handle unfortunately is very, very thin, not the greatest. However, the straps are nice and thick, which is great. They are breathable. You do have this neoprene mesh back panel, which is not the greatest because it's neoprene tends to make you sweat a little bit more. But the cool thing is it does have this kind of stash pocket at the back, which is great. You can essentially unzip it all the way, and this is more meant for concealed carry. You have this hook and loop Velcro soft material, so you can attach different holsters or different pouches or things like that and keep it in there. So again, this is a cool little backpack from Vertx. Next up, we have the Moment Everything 21 liter backpack. It's a very, very simple looking backpack, and actually can be used as a camera backpack, and it can actually double as a quick release as well. So let me just quickly kind of show you right now, because you can actually unzip it, and you can actually have this kind of panel right here, or sorry, this camera cube, and get your camera in and out from the side, which is great. But let me show you other things. First, on this one side, you do have a vertical zippered pocket, and you got some organization on the inside. There's a stash pocket for different accessories. It's pretty much your admin panel. You do have one stretchy water bottle pocket on this one side. And when we do open up this bag right here, you do have space. You can actually take out this camera cube. This is not mandatory, so you can actually take it out, but it's nice that there's actually looping points for you to kind of keep it secured in there. And then you do have a zipper pocket for your smaller different accessories there. Now when we are looking at the back of the bag, you do have a decent grab handle. Again, it's very thin. It's not the greatest. And yeah, look, when you're looking at the back panel, fairly basic. You do have a nice rail for your sternum strap, which is nice. You got some okay padding. It's kind of more of a stiffer foam. You do have a luggage pass-through strap, which is very, very nice. And then when we are looking at the laptop compartment, boom, you do have some more organization on this one side. You got 2 stretchy pockets with 2 pen pockets. And when we are looking on the opposite side, you do have a padded laptop sleeve, as well as just another kind of stretchy sleeve for documents. And lastly, we have the bigger brother. This is the 28 liter Moment Everything backpack. So yeah, very, very similar in terms of look to the other bag. However, there's just more to this. So for example, let's open up this kind of front stash pocket. Instead of tons of little organization things, you just have kind of one other kind of a zipper pocket in there, but it's quite roomy in here, which is very nice. And then the other thing is you can do quick access or side access to your camera if you wanted to, but you can actually access this main compartment from the front or from the back, which is kind of interesting. So at the front, this is kind of similar to the 21 liter, but you do have a zippered pocket right there. And yeah, this is just kind of one big open space. You don't need this camera cube in there, so that camera cube kind of takes up a lot of space. But what I like to do is open it from the rear, so let's just actually do that first. We're gonna open it up all the way. And so from here, it's kind of like a back zip opening. You got this camera cube, so keep your camera nice and safe. And then you can also take this out. It's got little latch points to kind of keep this camera cube secure. I already talked about this kind of open area. And then on this one side, you got two kind of large zippered pockets. Now behind that, there is the laptop compartment. And this is kind of cool because it's same kind of organization. You got two kind of stash pockets right there, two pen pockets, a laptop sleeve, and then another sleeve for documents and things like that. Oh yes, and then in terms of the back panel, pretty much the same material as a 21 liter. You got a very thin kind of top handle, slightly more stiff, foam padding, a luggage pass-through strap, but then you also gain this kind of small little passport pocket on the one side.
All right, so there you guys have it. Those are the 16 everyday carry EDC backpacks that I have enjoyed this year, and I'm interested to find out, you know, what other bags that you might recommend as well. So leave those in the comments below, and I'll try and check those out, and then I'll do this video again next year, and so hopefully one of those backpacks might make it on. Anyways, I'm Desy Cheng. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and definitely don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Desy31.